Hello and welcome to Parliament Weekly, your home for the biggest, juicy and most important news out of the Nigerian Parliament every week. I am Sharon Ebwesomi, and today we are rolling out the carpet for another fun and interesting twister adventure through the Isle of Power. Now, let's talk about something truly remarkable. Other Paper, our trusted source for all things parliamentary, last week made some predictions on the National Assembly activities, and guess what? They were spot on. It just goes to show you the invaluable role that Other Paper plays in keeping us informed and ahead of the curve. Hats off to the team for this exceptional work. Now, let's take a closer look at how our accurate forecast unfolded. Three notable issues forecasted by Other Paper last week found their way into the discourse of the National Assembly. They are security challenges and strategies, the COVID-19 funds probe, including the Super Eagles at AFCON. It be like say we get crystal ball for inside our office, so Other Paper, not so much. Let me now blow your mind a little bit. This week, Other Paper predicted that the House of Representatives will consider the amendment of the Electoral Act. And trust me, that did happen. You still did doubt? Well, the House of Representatives this week proposed an amendment in the Electoral Act 2022 to make provisions for heavy sanctions and fines against persons who file frivolous election petitions in the courts in a bid to delay proceedings. The lawmakers, in a bid to cut expenses in the electoral processes, also proposed an amendment to allow for the presidential, gubernatorial, national and state houses of assembly elections to be conducted on a day instead of scheduling them to last for a longer time. The proposed piece of legislation, which scaled through a second reading, was sponsored by Rep. Francis Ejurogene Wavy, titled A Bill for an Act to Amend the Electoral Act 2022 and for Related Matters 2023. According to Rep. Wavy, the amendments proposed in the bill are 5 in number, and each amendment is drawn from the diverse opinions expressed by the general public, political parties, observers, analysts, and so on.
I want to plead that this bill be given a chance to pass a second reading such that it can be assigned to a committee and perhaps go for public hearing. It's about the Electoral Act 2022, and I'm proposing a number of amendments to that act. We've all just come out of the elections, and the huge litigations that followed have just ended. In fact, last week, Saturday, the reruns were held. And every one of us are witnesses to what happened as the Electoral Act 2022 was being implemented for the first time.
Just before I go on, I've got good news for you. For the next 500 subscribers, we will be randomly picking 20 lucky people who will be going home with 3,000 Naira airtime each. So, if you want to be part of these lucky people, hurry now and subscribe to this YouTube channel and drop a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to turn on notification so you don't get to miss out on any of our videos on this channel. Moving on, the House of Representatives has frowned at the ban on sachet alcoholic drinks by the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC. E no end for there. They even talk say they wan go investigate the reason wey go make NAFDAC decide say they wan ban sachet alcohol. Clearly, NAFDAC had previously announced that it was going to ban the production of beverages in sachets and small bottles in Nigeria, and this led to the presentation of a motion on the floor of the House of Representatives titled Need to Suspend the Ban imposed by the National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control, NAFDAC, on the production of beverages in sachets and small bottles in Nigeria. The motion was moved by Rep. Pascal Agbodike, Rep. Philip Agbese, and a few others. Rep. Agbodike expressed concern that given the numerous economic challenges confronting poor Nigerians, the ban on the production of the said beverages will cause more havoc and cause job losses for over 50% of the workers in Nigeria. Wait first, this thing never even clear. Oh. What's the difference between the sachet alcohol, bottle, plastic, and even the alcoholic wine, and the rest of them? So why is NAFDAC particular about sachet and small bottle alcohol? Not like I'm in support or against drinking alcohol. Don't get me wrong. But now wetin we suppose dey concerned about at this point in time? Hey, now wow. The House of Representatives on Tuesday called for immediate action by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu over the poor living conditions of Nigerians and called for urgent intervention by the government. Now, if you recall, President Bola Tinubu in his 2024 New Year message on the 1st of January assured Nigerians of better days ahead. Going by the high cost of living and economic challenges, the lawmakers therefore urged the leadership of the House to begin in earnest to plan for a summit with the theme Security and Economic Development. These resolutions were sequel to a motion of urgent national importance brought by Rep. Isiaka Ibrahim on Tuesday during the plenary session. Here is what he had to say.
The House is further worried that alongside human toll, the financial costs are also escalating on energy. And hurting the growth of the economy. The crisis is potentially fueling instability, as witnessed in some parts of the country yesterday, specifically in Minna, Niger State. Strong and swift policy action is needed to mitigate the food crisis, cost of standard living, and human suffering.
There were expectations that the service chiefs would appear before the Senate this week for an interactive session on the state of insecurity in the country. Although the service chiefs did appear before the Senate on Wednesday, the Senate has adjourned its interactive session to next week Tuesday, February 13, 2024, to ensure other relevant parties are present. Now, according to the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, it was important to invite the Minister of Defense, Minister of State for Defense, Minister of Police Affairs, Minister of State for Police Affairs, the Minister of Interior, Minister of Finance, and the National Security Advisor, and a few other relevant parties to be a part of the interactive session. Now, thereafter, the motion to adjourn the security briefing by the service chiefs was moved by the leader of the Senate, Senator Okpeyemi Bamidele, and was seconded by the minority leader of the Senate, Abba Moro. This is where we wrap it up on this week's episode. You already know that if you are looking for anything parliamentary related, Order Paper is the go-to place. So do well to check our website at orderpaper.ng to also get updates on our weekly legislative intelligence forecast entry, also known as LIFE, where we predict the activities of the National Assembly every week. Here is how to subscribe on our website at orderpaper.ng to get exclusive parliamentary content on your mailbox. See you next week.